Hey, what's up, my witches? It's Luna here with a chart reading, which I haven't done in a while, but boy, this one's worth doing. And this is the chart for the total solar eclipse on April 8th, 2024. That is tomorrow. And I am fortunate enough in Kent, Ohio, to be in the path of totality. So this is going to be pretty exciting. And of course, the Weather Channel just let us know that it's going to be mostly cloudy tomorrow because it is Northeast Ohio. So I have put out a request to all my witches to just, bust a little hole in it from like 2 to 4. That'll be great. Thanks. Thanks in advance. Anyhow, let's look at this chart. I have taken away the house cusp so we can just look at the planetary energies. I want you to ignore all the lines that are going from like the middle left to the upper right because that's hitting the ascendant point. We're not taking that into consideration. But you may, even if you're not an astrologer, some things should stand out to you right away here. And the first one being that everything is all bunched up, just bunched up in one corner of the wheel here. That intensifies things. So, this is kind of an intuitive approach to astrology here. That just means there's an intense concentration of energies. And then we've got one little outlier here with Pluto hanging out by himself. This would be more significant if there was more space between. So to be a solitary planet, you have to have at least 60 degrees between the single planet and the rest of them in the bunch, and or the nearest one in the bunch, and we don't have that. So even though he is an outlier, he is not a solitary, and that helps us. All right, so let's look to the new moon and just break it down bit by bit. Number one, it is a new moon, which means it resets the lunar cycle. Not only is this a new moon that resets the monthly cycle, it resets the yearly cycle because it's the new moon in Aries. So the new moon, first new moon of the zodiacal year, right? So this is big reset for the month, reset for the year. And, since this isn't going to happen again, I think it was like 2040 or something until the next one. So this is a big reset. And one of the things that stands out about this one is we have Venus, North Node, Moon, Sun, Chiron, and Mercury. 6 planets, points, or bodies in Aries. So that is just such an intense concentration in Aries. What is Aries about? Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, so it's considered the baby. And as Linda Goodman used to say, concerned with its own fingers and toes and not looking beyond the self. So this is intensely personal. It's about, our own ego and who we are, who we imagine ourselves to be, how we express that. The sun in Aries is exalted, so that means it comes to its fullest expression. It rules Leo, but in Aries, it's just even more itself because we are talking about our own personality, our own wants, desires, motivations, passions, all of that. So sun, moon conjunct, and moon in Aries is all about expressive emotions, but not just expressive, reactive. Aries is cardinal fire. Fire means passionate, ardent, excitable, and cardinal means focused in the present, in the now. It's immediacy, it's action, it's reactiveness. So this is a hothead, reactive new moon. But let's look at it in terms of what we get excited and passionate about. What are the things that make you want to, pack your bag and get on the go? What makes you want to kick a project off? What makes you want to forge new territory, explore, have an adventure? That's what Aries is all about. Aries is the point man, the one that says, I'll go first. Bravery, courage, daring, all of that stuff. So what is it that you are that will get you so fired up that your courage is engaged and your fears drop away? That's what we're talking about on this new moon. That's what we want to take advantage of this energy in order to launch something that we are passionate about. Now let's take them one at a time. Venus in Aries can be kind of very self-centered, affection giving. The value is I, me, and mine. So the focus here is on my possessions, my affections, the things that I value. We've got the North Node stationary in Aries. The North Node is the karmic way forward. So what does it mean? New territory, not going the old way. The South Node is better the devil you know. It's, uncomfortable, but it's familiar, so I will choose that. The North Node says the karmic way forward is into new territory. Again, the explorer, the adventurer, the point man. What is it that is, what's the new horizon for you that you can get fired up about? Then we've got the new moon there. What do I want to express? What am I feeling? What emotions do I need to get out of my system? Being aware, of course, that it is going to be a hotly reactive time. So consider that when you are dealing with other people, or they're having a reaction of some sort. Cut them a little bit of slack. Take a breath. Take a beat when something hits you. Count to 10. All that kind of stuff. Then we have Chiron. So we've got Moon, Sun, and Chiron all at 19 degrees. This is a, absolutely exact stellium. Chiron is the nature of our woundedness. So we are, we're prone to being just a frickin' raw wound during this part. Very reactive, very self-centered, with our our soft and tender parts kind of sticking out in lumps is what I'm going to say. But the nature of the woundedness in Aries, collectively I come back to our warlike culture and for how long we've been dealing with these warlike ways and the wounds that they bring, how our own self-expression, our own precious identity can bring us the wrong kind of attention from people and make us feel like we've been traumatized. So, there is that. So you do want to really focus on what is your personal woundedness, your personal trauma. How maybe have you denied your own identity because it has brought you the kind of attention that you don't want? And how can we reset that and leave that wound in the past so that we can forge forward into new territory? And then leading the pack through, well, not even leading the pack through Aries, backing its ass up into this conjunction, this stellium, is retrograde Mercury. So the thing that's not going to be easy to do is talk about stuff. Reactive Mercury says our thoughts are moving fast, but they're moving not in a practical way. It's all going to be about the internal and the personal again. So you don't want to try to take this time to sit down with your best friend from grade school and talk about that thing they did to you, in junior high that has traumatized you ever since. It's going to be difficult to express that in words. So this is a better time to kind of use Mercury to delve more deeply, to put things in words, maybe to construct your spell that you're going to stick into the fire at the point of the total eclipse there. That might be a good idea. But it's not time to launch a logistical plan of some sort. And of course, the regular Mercury retrograde rules apply. You're not going to sign contracts. You're not going to, launch a business on this. You're going to maybe launch thinking about that business and get it cooking internally. Then when Mercury turns, you can actually sign paperwork and all that kind of stuff. Bracketing this on out in front, we have a conjunction of Uranus and Jupiter. So now is where we really start to look at the collective, because Uranus is transpersonal, right? Notice, too, that all the planets we have in Aries are personal planets. Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus are personal planets. So all, except for Mars, all the personals are in Aries, and, it's just a great time for navel gazing, I guess, if you want to call it that, really looking into ourselves and looking, with an eye to some kind of objectivity, although that's going to be hard to come by, but with this conjunction of Uranus-Jupiter, let's concentrate on that. In Taurus, so here comes the practical energy. Uranus is the awakener, and Jupiter puts things on a global level. It is, the expansion principle, and talk about adventure and exploration here. Jupiter is that writ large, really expanding your adventurous nature to a global stage. So this is where I'm looking at globally a trigger for us waking up, and I am putting out a personal intention and prayer right now that whatever enlightening energies are available at this time, that they be not even recognized, but they're available for everyone that is conscious enough to use, and kind of give them a leg up into some greater awakening. That's what I'm looking at here. Greater awakening on a global level, on a practical level. Taurus is grassroots foundation, what you can put your hand to, your money, your stuff, your shelter, everything close to you, because it's the next sign from Aries. So everything personal that belongs to you, your possessions and the things that you value. Remember that that conjunction there is ruled by Venus in Aries. So we still get that immediacy and that initiating energy. And that's a great key word for everything in Aries, like that initiation. It's time to begin. Then let's look at what's happening in Pisces. We have Neptune at the very end of Pisces, direct, getting ready in a little while to head into Aries itself. That the big wad will be gone from Aries by the time Neptune gets there. But then we have a Saturn-Mars exact conjunction. They're within a degree of each other. So in Pisces, and this is the greater and the lesser malefic. Saturn is the greater malefic. It brings bigger problems than Mars. Mars is the lesser, but they both bring problems. And conjunct, Saturn is the contraction principle, and it rules structure and restriction and delay and procrastination. And Mars is go, 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 the ruler of Aries. So one of the things that tempers all of this Aries energy is that Mars sitting in Pisces conjuncting Saturn. In Pisces, ruled by Neptune the dissolver, this tends to dissipate some of that Arian energy, and it can give us a sense of lack of direction. We've got all this Aries energy riding us like a bad pony, going, go, 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 get your foot on the gas, get it started now, now, now. But the ruler of that in Pisces is like, but I'm not sure where to go. I think I lost my map. Where am I now? So, so you get that, just kind of directionless thing. So it really is important. And with Mercury retrograde, it isn't easy to clearly define your target. And, so we can hook into some spiritual energies here and maybe hand it over to spirit. You know what it is I need to get started better than me. Please bring your clarity. I will figure it out, consciously later. But for right now, these unconscious energies, I hand it off to you, Spirit, to direct my course. I will take part in this beginning, launching, initiating energy. I ask for your guidance to take me the way I need to go. That's a great way to approach it. So a Saturn-Mars conjunction is like driving with your foot on the gas and the brake at the same time. Which one of them kind of, which one is going to stand out more? I'm not sure. Neither one of them is very comfortable in Pisces. Saturn wants structure, Pisces dissolves that. Mars wants direction and passion, Pisces dissolves that. And it could give us, motivation to escapism too. Pisces is escapism. But if we're going to escape, do it into the spiritual realm, not into something like drugs and alcohol, which is what Neptune and Pisces can also mean. Escapism for better or worse. We're going for the for better part here, right? So that brings us a little bit of difficulty, but I think I've shown you a way that you can work with it. Now we've got the outlier, Pluto sitting direct in Aquarius. Hang on. coffee. So, with the planets in Pisces, Aries, Taurus bunched up like that, the Pisces talks about finishing up energy. There's the mutable energy, right? Mutable energy says it's time to let things dissipate and dissolve and disappear, right? All of those are great keywords for Pisces. So we've got those things that we're working with. And thinking about it, that Saturn-Mars conjunction in Pisces can talk about the dissipation of these stressful energies. Those two together can just make us irritable as hail. And so we need to be careful that we don't try to escape from that in ways that are going to harm us. Anyway, there's the dissolving energy, and then we have the now I'm ready to get started moving forward, but then we immediately hit I need my footsteps to be practical. And then Pluto in Aquarius is about this massive disruptive change that we are going through. We're going through a big reset collectively as far as Pluto coming out of Capricorn. We've been dealing with all these oppressive, repressive, strongman, dictatorial energies, and now we're getting into the revolutionary stuff with Pluto in Aquarius. So we can't forget about him, and he is squaring, it's a wide square. They have him squaring Mercury here, but Mercury's at 24. That's 6 degrees away from Taurus and 7 degrees away from the exact with Pluto, and that is too much for transiting aspects. So we're going to ignore that square. And let's mention that Mercury's retrograde, so it's not even moving towards Taurus right now, it's moving away. So that is a separating aspect, and we're going to ignore it. The only other aspect we have here that's a major is a sextile, and it's not even a major. So we have Pluto-Venus sextile. Let's concentrate on that since it's like the only thing we have to work with here aspect-wise. It's still a bit wide for a transiting aspect. It's 3 degrees. We want to keep it within 2, but what the hell, gives us something to talk about. Sextiles bring opportunity. So we look at Pluto, which is transformative, it's force and dominance, it's the phoenix, it's the eagle, highest spiritual vibration, and then we have Venus. So it says we open up opportunities for ourselves when we look to transform our value system. It does intensify. Pluto intensifies Venus. So what we value, we really love. And, so we can have opportunities when we get sort of more intense. But I'm going to look at it as an opportunity to really transform our value system and also to bring some affection into this intensity, some softness into this intensely transformative period. It's going to be, like I said, it's a dissipating aspect. It's separating, and it's kind of wide. So, whatever, do what you want with it. But I think that's what I have to say about this. Certainly we have a huge reset going on planet-wide. This is an opportunity. Not everybody is aware of these opportunities astrologically. So I'm going to put the call out to you as a witch, as a magic practitioner, whether you call yourself a witch or not. Everybody's welcome on my channel, no matter what you call yourself. Pardon me. But I'm putting out the call to you to please do your work. Do it for yourself with all that Aries energy, but also do it on behalf of anyone that may be receptive to the magic that you're putting out. Offer it for everyone's, enlightenment, for the collective evolution, if you would, please, and thank you. And I hope you got something out of this. If you did, please let me know. Leave a comment below. Do your magic tomorrow. It's going to be intense. All right, you guys. This is Luna. I'll see you next time. Till then, blessed be.